up, guys? It's Ryan with Ask Portland TV. Ryan with Ask Portland.
Hey guys, this is Ask Portland TV.
Ask Portland TV.
Ask Portland TV.
I'm with Ask Portland.
I'm with Ask Portland.
It's Ryan with Ask Portland TV.
Coming at you with another episode. What's going on, everybody? This is Ryan with Ask Portland TV bringing you another new video. So for this video, I teamed up with the Portland Sex Worker Relief Fund, and I've got the two coordinators here, and they're going to explain to you what it is they're doing, who they are, who the funds go to, and how to donate. So as you all know, with the coronavirus going around, all of the clubs have been closed. So this is their way of giving back to their community, to all of those who are not working at this time. They've got a website to go to, and I'm going to post the URL down in the description of this video down below. And before we get into the video, do me a favor, press that like button and hit subscribe, and you guys enjoy the video. Take care.
Hi. We are the organizing team for the Portland Sex Worker Relief Fund. And we are just here to share a little bit of information about the project, things that we're working on to, let you kind of know what happens, what goes on behind the scenes, the things that we do. So first we want to kind of touch on what mutual aid is. And mutual aid can kind of like fill some of the gaps that exist within government systems and nonprofit systems. So I have a social work background. I worked in social work for about 4 years with survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. So I've really gotten to see like that side of like nonprofits, and I also had to work with a lot of government organizations during that time as well. So I really got to see like how those systems work and the pitfalls of some of those systems, and kind of like where there is that need for mutual aid. And who gets excluded from those systems. And so I feel like my experience with that has made it to where I can kind of like see that need. And so that's why we have created this relief fund, because it's super needed right now. And we are both, I've been in, like I said, I worked in social work for 4 years. I've also been in the industry for a little over 4 years now, doing in-person sex work. So, the idea behind mutual aid is like people within the community helping that community that they exist in. And I don't know if you want to say more about that.
I have been doing social outreach in the form of street-based outreach and grassroots volunteer organizing for about 4 years. My work is predominantly in the community, going out into houseless camps, creating text-based resources, and also doing outreach in academic institutions to educate folks from more affluent and privileged backgrounds about the needs of communities like sex worker communities, houseless communities, youth in the sex trade, etc. I've had the privilege of working with a lot of large institutions, colleges, as well as like institutes of contemporary art, doing a vast array of organizing that I'm super excited to get to bring into this project. I've also been in the industry for about 4.5 years doing in-person sex work, so it is really truly folks that know what it's like reaching out and trying to assist other folks in our communities.
So I have been we've done a lot of emails together, and I've also been doing a lot of the emails by myself, and it really you can kind of see like from everyone's perspective like how it's affecting them on an individual basis. We've been getting a lot of emails from people who are dancers who work out of clubs that have lost their income because they no longer have a venue to work out of. We've received a lot of emails from full service workers that are no longer able to take clients for their safety and the safety of their clients, and the safety of their children. We have received a lot of requests from mothers and parents. So really just like a really wide array of emails. But the interesting thing about it is that, you know, the most marginalized people, I feel like, are always the people that ask for the least, and the people that are the most privileged ask for the most. So it's been kind of hard to, you know, navigate that and be like, okay, like, you have a lot of vulnerability factors, and I know that you're not asking for much. And so in that situation, we might kind of like reach out and be like, you've only requested $50 to keep your phone on. Is there anything else that you need help with? Like food, diapers, formula, things for your kids. And like, you know, the other side of that is people who are asking for like multiple thousands of dollars, who are, you know, kind of like have more privilege and are less marginalized, and having to kind of ask someone like, can you prioritize your needs, and like, what are your needs? Because we can't, you know, we can't give you half of the money that the fund has. We just can't do that.
Yeah.
So it's been really challenging trying to like maintain that, like, you know, that kind of like equity model, with all the requests that we've been getting. We've been trying to like be as transparent as we can about our process in doing that.
Yeah. We did just finish launching a website where we hope it will become easier for folks to sort of navigate the systems that we have in place. We have more information about our qualifications, why we're doing it, our intentions behind and goals that we've set for ourselves. We also have a vulnerability screening, which is sort of our application process that allows us to place the needs of the most marginalized folks first, who are asking for emergency essentials. And we have an exhaustive FAQ where anyone going on the site can get a feel for sort of maybe where they sit on that. Though we do encourage everyone to reach out, and there's ample space to share other personal information, because no situation is going to be exactly like any other situation. Everyone is unique, and one of the great things about mutual aid is that you're not jumping through the hoops of an agency. You are dealing with person to person in a way that feels very human, and that we have made a commitment to use our skills in building equity models, in understanding harm reduction, in understanding trauma-informed care, and coming to the situations with compassion. So oh my god, I just broke this pen. No!
It's fine.
Breaking shit. Breaking
stressful.
systems, breaking down government walls. No, I'm just kidding. But like,
Yeah.
you know, definitely it is great to like have a mix of our objective, you know, views, but also checks and balances, so that it isn't just us playing, you know, God and making these huge decisions. So we do have those in place as well.
Yeah.
I guess our goals, I don't know, I'm sorry for here, take this pen.
Yeah, and our goal is just to like kind of keep this going for as long as possible. I know that a lot of people are starting to get their stimulus checks, and that's great, and we are encouraging people to like redistribute that, like whether it's to an individual like that is not currently receiving government assistance, or to a fund like us. Like if you feel like you don't really know how to reach those folks, like you can give us your money and we'll give it to the people that need it.
Very true, yes.
So, you know, we want to encourage everyone to like, you know, and if you have a platform of any kind, like, you know, if you are someone that is like maybe has a very large social media following, you can kind of use that, you know, platform to, you know, boost something that is really needed, and, you know, kind of like spread that. And we really just have people to keep sharing, keep donating. Like we are literally giving like 100% of every single dollar that we get back to the community.
Yeah.
And we are also, we last week started making household supply baskets and hygiene kits, and we are going to be distributing those out of Blackwater Bar this week. And
Shout out to Blackwater.
shout
Thank
out
y'all
Blackwater
so
Bar.
much. That's fucking sick.
And so we are going to be announcing on our Instagram, which is pdxswrelief. And we'll try to get some links in here. For information on where it's going to be a Blackwater, but we'll have information on when that will be.
Yes.
Just to keep that updated. And we are hoping to do it again if it is a good turnout. So yeah, I mean, I think that kind of covers most of the things.
I mean, I would say just add, like, you know, it's a challenging time, and we understand that there are so many communities in need of funds, and specifically the sex worker community that has the least amount of access to information on how to navigate the loopholes in the systems of getting unemployment and benefits, as well as the most barriers in trying to have conversations with the folks that they may meet in doing that are disproportionately Black, brown, and trans folks. And so as we move forward in trying to support this community, I think in a city like Portland, Oregon, where we see so many strippers who are cis and who are white, you know, with extremely large platforms, and with a lot of access, we do encourage those people, like they said, to really try to put even non-monetary support into those Black, brown, and trans communities, as well as things like pole studios or, you know, shops and businesses that have profited off of sex workers' money, venues that have profited off of sex workers' money. We would love to see you all actually come and support those communities that you've made so much change off of for so long, you know, like, you know, and hopefully take some of the weight off of those communities doing mutual aid for themselves. Yeah, so that would be cool.
Yeah, and you know, if there's we also are truly very transparent, and we try to be. So if there's ever any question of like how funds are being distributed, or if you have any questions about that, like, we are totally open. Please reach out to us. We would love to answer your questions. If there's anything that, you know, wasn't answered here or in our FAQ on our website, you know, we're totally open to receiving questions and feedback.
Yeah, and check out the website. It's a pdxswrelief.squarespace.com.
Yes, it's the same as the Instagram.
It is the same as the Instagram, so that would have been easier. Cool.
Yeah, and it includes a really amazing logo made.
I've had a lot of spare time.
All right, well, I think that's it. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this and continuing to support our project. We're really passionate about it, and we want to keep doing it for as long as possible, and we can only do that as long as we receive support. So thank you so much.
We hope to see your donations soon.